Hello, you're in bed with the Leisure Society. So what happened last night?
Well, Nick, we were in Berlin last night.
You were.
You've probably forgotten. We did a gig, and it was good, wasn't it?
It was wonderful. My favourite of the tour.
So
I would
far.
say. So far.
Yeah.
And then we went to our hotel room, didn't we, Nick?
We did, yes.
What happened there?
I can't remember what happened there.
We played the one-word game,
Oh, yeah.
where we tell the story one word at a time, like this.
It didn't work very well because we were all a bit drunk.
Let's try one now.
Hi.
I said,
Doctor.
Who? Why?
Are.
you.
Smiling.
At me.
Should we do some questions?
That's how it works.
Playing at home.
Right.
If you know, in a band, you can have that much fun after a gig.
Okay. We've got a lot of questions to get through. Come on. So, Christian, did you ever break a bed?
Why do you ask me that?
Because I know you did. I don't even want the details. But.
Yeah, well, I can't tell that story because it would offend people that didn't know me then. I broke one when I was a kid. My brother and I were bouncing on the bed, and he bounced on the off bounce, which made me fly in the air. And I came down on my keyboard stand and ripped my leg open, and he broke the bed. And Daddy was very cross.
Daddy being your brother.
My question is for you, Nick.
Oh.
Did you ever wake up from an idea because you had to write it down?
Yes. Most mornings, and there's a song on the new album called All Is Now, which I woke up with it in my head. So I wrote the first verse, and then I decided to write the rest of the verses as every time I had a really deep dream, as in the one that kind of woke up and stuck with me. I wrote another verse. So every verse is a different dream from a different night.
Pertinent question, wasn't
yes.
it?
So my question is for you, Christian.
Hello.
What's your favourite worst nightmare?
Well, as you all know, I'm afraid of dogs that become anthropomorphised. So if a dog takes on human form, if it puts on shoes, walks around on its hind legs. There was one time when I was a kid and the dog told me to shut up. In a kind of, it was a Doberman Pinscher, and it went, "Shut up!" Oh. But there's something nice about that dream.
Being told to shut up.
But I like how scared it makes me feel. It makes me feel alive. So that's my answer to that question, Baz.
Good answer.
Cheers.
Michael, what's the strangest thing that ever happened to you at night?
I think I'm a notoriously heavy sleeper, so I think I've done more strange to other things to other people at night.
Go on. Please continue.
I used to sleepwalk quite a lot, quite regularly, and I would wake up in various different rooms of the house or in...
Have you ever woken up in a different boat?
Not in a different boat. Thankfully, before I moved onto a boat, I got over my sleepwalking.
Wasn't there one time when
I'd
you
not
were a
feel
kid
that.
and you were doing something a bit weird and your mum found you?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Can we hear that story?
I think I just woke up suddenly to my mum saying, "Michael, what are you doing?" And I was completely naked, looking in the freezer, and I said, "I'm looking for a chair." And then, as those words came out of my mouth, I woke up and felt a bit silly.
Because the chairs were in the fridge.
How old were you? How old were you when this happened?
23?
15, something like that. Not a good time.
15-year-old naked Mike rooting around the freezer for a chair. Hot. Back to you.
Is it?
No,
No,
it's
I
my
think it was.
question now.
Sorry.
I think,
We're good at this.
I'll ask Nick, which books lie in or beside your bed?
It depends what I'm reading at the time.
Great answer.
Yeah. And I can't. My mind's gone blank. I usually have some Philip Larkin by the bed because it's. If I ever wake up, I get night terrors sometimes. If I ever wake up, it usually calms me down. So some Philip Larkin poetry is usually around my bed somewhere. Baz, what is the scariest thing that ever happened to you in bed? Has anything scary ever happened to you in bed?
Yes. I think with this very band on our second tour, we were playing in Glasgow, and the bass player at the time started violently shaking. We were sharing a double bed thing, and he started shaking, and then walked over to the corner of the room and just stood looking at the wall for a while, and then he went to the toilet with the door open and started using the bathroom, and then he started saying his wife's name and got back in the bed, and I had to obviously leave because I thought he might try and seduce me thinking I was his wife.
That does sound pretty
That
scary.
was pretty dark.
Yeah.
I don't think anything worse happened than that.
Right. John,
I thought I was going to get away with this.
no chance. If you had to sleep all night with an animal, which animal would that be?
Well, I dog sat from my parents once with like my kind of childhood dog, who was never allowed in any bedrooms at home, but came to stay at my flat and didn't like being away from me, and she curled up at the foot of the bed, and that was kind of as closest as I come to being asleep by an animal. So I'd reincarnate my old dog.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Michael again. What's the funniest or weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep at?
I was once at a house party, and it come to the end, and everyone was kind of sleeping in every single part of the house, and there wasn't really anywhere to sleep, so I slept on the stairs. Yeah, somehow I did manage to get a few hours. Yeah,
Didn't you get
it's being a deep sleeper.
your pictures taken in New York when you were touring there once by a famous music magazine falling asleep on the side of the street or something?
Oh yeah, I passed out in a doorway in New York once. Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm embarrassing myself a hell of a lot here.
Next, Sebastian.
Oh.
If your bed was a gateway into another world, where would it lead to?
Narnia.
Good.
Mike.
Next.
John, did you have an item as a child you needed for sleeping?
Definitely had a teddy bear. I think that was quite important.
Okay.
It still exists.
What was it called?
Teddy.
Nice.
Next.
Final question
Yes.
for everybody. Which monster sleeps under your bed?
Ooh.
Anyone got a monster?
So one definitely does, and we
Yeah.
have to tell you
So
which it is.
one? Yeah.
So
Which
this is
one?
news to me.
Yeah.
So
Let me just deal with it first.
yeah.
The
Once we've got over the shock.
the spectre of death sleeps under my bed, giving me terrors. Thanks for asking. But I ward it off with joyfulness and art and sex.
What's the traditional one? The boogie monster.
Boogeyman.
The
Boogie
boogie
monster.
monster.
I'll have the boogie monster man.
Sorry, that made me laugh.
I've never really had that under the bed one, but I used to have a recurring nightmare when I was a kid that infinity was falling on me, and I'd just be lying in bed looking at all these numbers coming down.
Yeah, I'd say.
So I didn't have the monster under the bed, but I had infinity above the bed.
So far we've got death, infinity, and the boogie monster.
Don't blame it on the boogie monster.
Blame it on the Reaper.
I don't know. My brother used to be would wake up really terrified of this thing he called the black knife. Yeah, it was pretty scary. I don't know. Yeah,
That was pretty
it
sinister.
scared me too.
Right.
Should we go do a gig?
Yes. Sex?